Hola, me llamo Greg.
Ni hao, wo chao Pierre. And we'll get back to why we actually started out this way later on in the session. But anyway, hi, and welcome to this release webinar on our January release of Tabular Editor 3. So Greg, why don't you get us started?
Sure thing, Pierre. So we've got a few things before we dive into the webinar itself. We've got our colleagues in the chat. So we encourage you to be engaged in the chat, ask questions as well. We'll curate some of those questions to answer at the end and also answer them during the chat. We'll be sharing this webinar with you at the end so that you can get access to it if you want to review anything after the fact. And we encourage you to be engaged beyond just this webinar. We've got our community space in GitHub, and we are committed to continuously improving the application. We want to hear from you and understand what's valuable for you. So please share thoughts in the chat, get on GitHub.
Definitely, definitely. So let's get started when we have kind of like a feature-packed release for you today. So we have kind of like picked out actually 6 different features or improvements that we have done, which are all in the January release. And we'll go through those in demos and talk more into the details of those. So as you can see, there's a lot of new features. You'll already now find the release notes in regards to what we have done and what we included on our website. There's a lot of new features and a lot of improvement as well as bug fixes. And the ones that we're going to talk about today is localization, best practice rules, Semantic Bridge. There's new options in regards to saving your semantic folders, semantic models. There's a completely new comprehensive calendar editor as well as support for custom data. So a lot of exciting things kind of like scattered all over the application. So Greg, you first.
Definitely, yeah. So we've got now built-in best practice analyzer rules, and I'll show these and how you can take advantage of those. This is an enhancement to the existing best practice analyzer that we've had from day one with Tabular Editor 3. But what you can do now is you can go to preferences, and we've got a little bonus demo in here as well, is we've added a search bar. So if you just start searching for built-in or built, you can see that this new item is available to enable the built-in best practice rules. So I've already got that enabled, but for you, if you are just downloading the new version, you will see a prompt the first time you open a model with the new version, but you can always get back to it through these preferences. So just click this checkbox to enable the built-in best practice rules. And then what we can do is we can actually open up a new model. I'll open that up, just something I've got in my testing workspace, and we'll be able to see and use these new best practice analyzer rules. So I'll open up this space parts model that I've got for the release. And this is live connected to something I've got in my workspace. And then we'll take a quick look at these best practice analyzer rules. A little slower than usual today. I think it might be shy.
We'll get to that. That's the beauty about live demos, Greg.
Yeah, we always have some surprises. So you know what, Pierre, why don't we jump into your demo and I'll make sure that I've got this loading.
Sure, let's do so. I'll just grab the screen, and then we'll get back to you later on in regards to that.
All right.
So I'm going to talk to you about the new calendar editor, because back in September, just prior to or during FabCon in Vienna, we had the UDFs, and we also had the custom calendars, also known as those calendar-based time intelligence, new feature in Power BI. So that was introduced in September last year, and editing those could be a little bit cumbersome. So what we've done is we have implemented a completely new calendar editor, which makes it a lot easier for you to maintain your calendars, add new calendars, do the mapping between time units and columns, and also you get real time validation and tooltips in that. So let me just quickly jump to Tabular Editor. And right now on the view toolbar, you will find the calendar editor. So let's open the calendar editor, and you'll see that we actually have the possibility directly from the interface to add new calendars. This could be, let's say, a physical calendar. It could also be that we are in a retail business, so we want to do some retail calendars like a 454. We can define, okay, which table should the calendar be located in. As you know, calendars are not something that is on the root level, it's beneath a table. So if I roll out the tables and expand the tables, you'll see that now we have 2 calendars already. And then we can easily do the mapping. So we put in a year, a calendar year on the year, calendar year on the year. Let's find that one. And quarters, we can kind of like use the different time units based on the requirements that we have for our custom calendar. And we also have the possibility to actually see some tooltips in regards to, okay, month, this is a complete type. So this is something that uniquely identifies, in this case, the month. So it has to be kind of like a year and month because it needs to be a unique identifier. Whereas if we were supposed to, or if we were to use some of those partial types, then it also tells us, okay, then if we were to put in month of year like 12 for December, we would also need to add the year because then it becomes complete as it is currently just partial. Also, if we decide to use different, sorry, is it correct what I'm doing? Let me do like this. We should get the possibility to actually see that, hey, you are using 2 different granularities, and it will actually show us an error based on that. It won't do. I'm not hitting the right one. Anyway, but so easy to add calendars, remove calendars, edit those calendars, and you'll get the tooltips immediately. You'll also get the possibility to add your associated columns to your calendars. So let's say you have a year or a month, and you add kind of like the month key, but you also want like a month name or a month short name as well as the associated columns. You also get to pick those time-related columns. That could be something like, is it a holiday? Is it weekend? So on and so forth. We also have that down here. So you pick and choose the time-related columns that you need for the specific calendar. So that was a little bit about the calendar editor. A lot easier to and much more intuitive than what you get in your Power BI desktop.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Greg, back to you. Did you get it? You got it up and running?
Yeah, I've got mine up and running. It turns out it just needed to be restarted pretty quickly.
Nice.
So we'll pull up my screen, and now we've got a model loaded. And I've already enabled those best practice analyzer rules like you saw. And I'll just pull the best practice analyzer over here so we can see a little bit more about it. We've built in best practice rules that we think are pretty much universal. These should apply to almost every single model out there and almost every single analytic use case. And we've got descriptions for each of these. We've also added them to our documentation. So as I hover over one of these, I can click Learn More. And that'll actually pop open my browser, and I can see documentation exactly about this rule, why we've suggested it, and what it applies to. So you can both learn about the model as well as understand exactly what these best practice rules mean. Just like any built-in best practice rule, we've got quick fixes, so you can apply these wherever we've been able to make an automatic fix. We've built those. And you can then manage these just like any other best practice rules, simply by going to the Manage Best Practice Rules interface. And then if you select this new built-in best practices rules, you can see each of these down here. And you can enable or disable individual rules. So if you've got something that doesn't apply to your scenario, or that you just don't want to see that warning, you can disable those, and then those will be removed from the best practice analysis, just like everything that you know, except that these are built in and vetted by our team.
Exactly.
All right. And Pierre, I think
you're actually up next.
Oh yeah, I get 2 in a row.
And now we're back to why we started out
Yes.
talking or speaking or greeting you in first Spanish, and then I hope mine was Chinese.
Yeah, so what we've done is we've started localizing the application. And if you come to the window menu item up here, down at the bottom, we've got language. And you'll see a couple in here that are beta and preview languages. And what we're doing is we're starting to introduce languages. The things that are in preview have been proofread by humans. The betas are still just AI translations for now. But what we can do is we can select one of these languages, and it'll prompt us to restart the application. And so I'll do so. I'll close out Tabular Editor. I won't save those changes that I've just made. And then I'll launch Tabular Editor again. And what we'll see is that the entire UI is going to be translated into the language that I selected, in this case, Spanish. This includes all of the different UI elements. If we go to open up a model again, we'll see that all of the options for opening a model are translated as well. And hopefully this one will open a little bit quicker for me this time. But as we open up this new model, we'll see that all of the various messages and everything that we've got built into the application is translated for you. So as best as possible, we've translated things where it makes sense. So all of the various messages and warnings that you get down in this messages view, and these new built-in best practice rules, all of these have been translated as well. So that as you hover over these, you'll get descriptions in your native language as you use these translations. Some of the things that are more programmatic, for example, things that are names of part of the tabular object model itself, we haven't actually translated those. So if you look, you'll see properties are still based on the names of those things in the TOM, the tabular object model in C#. So we've left those that you'll see the same thing in C# as you see in the UI. But for anything that's not built into that tabular object model, those parts of the UI have been translated.
Cool. So let me just grab the screen. So that was the localization, kind of getting back to that one. Now, next up is a completely new option to save your semantic models with what we call supporting files. And saving with supporting files actually allows you to save a semantic model with in the same file structure or folder structure with the same supporting files as you have in Fabric in regards to supporting the same Git integration that Fabric has. So you get a .platform file as well as a definition file. Holding the platform file holds things like name and description and so on and so forth. That is something we create for you, as well as we create a folder for your semantic model called your semantic model name.semantic model. Let me just briefly show you an example of that. So jumping to my Azure DevOps repo, you see that I have a repo that is completely empty. And if I jump to Tabular Editor, the model that I also did the calendar demo on, I want to save that to folder. So I pick a folder in which I want to store my model in, and I want to store it. Jump in. I want to store it with supporting files. You see this in the bottom. Save with supporting files. Now, the model itself, the name that the model gets, the folder, and also the name that is inserted into the .platform file are based on the name of the semantic model database, the name property of that. So I select this folder, and if I jump to look at the folder, you see that it created a spaceparts.semantic folder. You will see that the definition folder is there, where it stores all the TIMDL. And very important thing, we only support the save with supporting files if you save with TIMDL as serialization mode, or if you save to a single bin file. You also have the platform file, and as you can see, it has been created with the display name of the semantic model, as well as it gets a unique ID, which is used by the Git integration in Fabric. So if I want to kind of like push these changes to my repo, I'll just quickly do an update and push it back into the repo. And once that is done, you can see that the semantic model has now been added to the repo. We have the same structure here. In Power BI, I created a completely empty workspace. That workspace has been set up with Git integration, pointing to that specific repo and the root folder of that. So if I jump to source control and do a refresh, we can actually see, oh, we got a spacepart semantic model. I can do an update, and we can drag that in to our or synchronize that into our Fabric or Power BI workspace. And we're up and running, and it should just take a few seconds, and then it becomes in sync out of the uncommitted state. One important note to address is that we don't recommend that you use the Git integration for workspaces where you store your semantic, or where you use your semantic models in workspace mode, because at least not when you also push changes through your Git repo, because then you will actually get conflicts as well as errors due to the fact that you are saving directly into the workspace using the XML endpoint, as well as you're getting changes in through the Git synchronization. So just one important thing on that. It's also mentioned in the documentation for the save to folder. Greg,
All right.
you again?
Yeah, if you could just pop over to the next slide first.
Sure, let me do so.
And so the next feature is something that I've been working on for a little while. This is what we call the Semantic Bridge. This is a completely new feature that we've developed in partnership with our innovation partner, Advancing Analytics. And what this allows you to do is easily and automatically translate a semantic model from a Databricks metric view into a tabular model that you can use then in Power BI or in analysis services. So I'll pull my screen up, and we see an empty tabular editor here. And we've got one new button under Open. You'll see this import from metric view YAML. And what this does is it imports that metric view and it copies that structure and translates that structure into a tabular model. So that requires that we have a tabular model open. I'll just make a new empty model. And now I've got a tabular model open. And what I can do is I can go to Open and use this import from metric view YAML. And what I'll do is I'll browse to a location and I'll grab metric view. This is a YAML file with a definition of a metric view. So this is something that you would be able to define and use within Databricks and that people already are using. And then what we need to do is give a little bit of extra data, the path to our Databricks. So that's the host name and then the path as well. So I'll just fill these in. And now, when I click OK, what it's going to do is it's going to read that definition of the metric view. And that's a semantic model that lives in Databricks. And what it's going to do is automatically translate that into tabular objects. And so this will create from that metric view a number of tables and relationships. It'll break that apart into a fact and dimension tables. And it will even translate the SQL that we see from the metric view into DAX expressions here. So what we get is this ability to very quickly and easily take something that we might be using in another platform and bring that into the tabular world for Power BI and reporting. And we also can do things, we can translate more complex models as well, things that might be using aggregates that aren't simple or that have derived columns within Databricks. And so I'll do this second one here. And this is a slightly more complex version of the same metric view we were looking at. And it tells me that we've got some issues. And what we can do is we can view these diagnostics and expand this out a little bit. And it'll tell me things like there was a derived field that it couldn't translate from SQL into DAX. And it's telling me it's this books table and the column full book info. So there were some issues, but it still did manage this translation. And if we open up that path, books, and then we go to full book info, where we have some SQL on the metric view side, it'll actually include that as a comment in this expression for the DAX object. And there are also going to be some measures that weren't able to be translated. Anything that's a simple aggregate like this, we can translate actually taking that SQL and translating it into DAX and references to tabular object models. But if you've got something in SQL that's a little bit more complex that we don't translate yet, here it was sum over a case expression divided by a count. That's something that we aren't translating automatically from SQL to DAX right now. So what we do is we pass those measures through with more complex aggregations, again, as comments, and then you would be able to come through here and replace these as you might want to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So back to me. I will grab the screen again. So the last stuff apart from my side is support for custom data. So custom data is a property of a connection string that you have to your XML endpoints. That could be to Azure Analysis Services, as well as your Power BI workspace or Fabric workspaces. So custom data, what it does is it passes on a string value or free text in the connection string that you can use for row level security, dynamic row level security, when doing Power BI embedded. And that is typically in a scenario where you do Power BI embedded for your clients or customers that don't know anything about Power BI. They don't need to have a Power BI license. Everything is maintained in the application, so the application owns the data. The application takes care of who you are and passes that on to Power BI. So this is kind of like free text property, the custom data property, can be of many different values. It can be a custom ID, it can be a color, it can be an array of strings or something like that, that you need to use in your role filter when you do your dynamic role level security. So let's quickly jump and see how you can leverage the new custom data property in the impersonation dialog box. Back to my semantic model. As you can see, I have two different roles. I have an embed admin role as well as an embed role, two completely normal roles. But in the customer role, what we are doing is we are filtering the customer's table on the customer key based on the DAX function custom data. So whatever is passed in when using this role, the embed role, will be filtered based on the value that is in the connection string. You can also, as I've done in the demo measures, I've also created a measure called custom data, just in order to expose that, to test, okay, what is actually being passed in to that specific function. Jumping back, let's do a quick DAX query against my semantic model. So we'll do an evaluate, summarize columns. Let's do the customer account name. We will use the gross sales. And just for the purpose of the demo, let's also include the custom data that we have. So let's run it. And as you can see, we get all the different customers as well as their gross sales. So what we do is we go to the impersonation dialog, and we now have the possibility to add a custom data. That is where the new functionality is located. We select that we want to use the embed role, and we can then put in in this case, a custom ID for a specific customer in order to test if this customer enters or accesses the semantic model using this specific custom ID, what data will be available and filtered. And immediately we got the supernova space parts. This also means that if we were to build a Power BI embedded website, so just jump to a big one here. If we were to log in with the specific person that has this user ID or custom ID assigned to it, then the reports will automatically be filtered based on that, completely secure because of the fact that the custom data attribute or property is passed in through the when we're generating the embed token for your Power BI embedded application. And as you can see, if we jump to the space parts report, the same report that is exposed in the Power BI embedded portal, you will see that due to the fact that I'm an admin, when accessing through the Power BI service, I see all customers, but the Supernova only sees Supernova. Cool. So that was the custom data feature that is also included in 3.25. Now, looking ahead, Greg, there's a lot of things on our roadmap, also in regards to where to meet us and so on and so forth. But as you said initially,
yeah, we want you guys to be engaged with us. We want our entire community to feel like they can communicate with us. So both in the chat right now, we'd love to hear what sort of topics you'd like to hear in future webinars. If you have ideas, not right now, again, you can reach out to us through our GitHub community pages and really reach out to us. We'd love to be able to bring more content to you that's helpful beyond these release webinars, but also some deep dives. And we've got a few coming up.
Definitely. Yeah, we do. Yeah, actually already next week, we have you have a deep dive together with Daniel on scripting
And automation. Yes.
Yeah. And coming back to the localization, we also have webinars coming up on the Spanish localization as well as the Chinese coming up as well. And in regards to our roadmap, we briefly mentioned that we would love to have your ideas, thoughts, and so on and so forth. Some of the things that we are looking into is listed on the slide that you see. So we already showed a little bit of sneak peeks on the AI assistant that was on FabCon in Vienna.
Yeah.
Daniel did some live demos on the AI assistant, but also we're working on a graphical model comparison, so a model diff view, as well as Git integration, a standalone standalone Tabular Editor CLI as well. And you have improvements coming up for your Semantic Bridge as well.
Yeah, so we'll be supporting the next version of the metric view specification, as well as enhancing the UI for import.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And
yeah. So we mentioned a couple of those places that you can see us and those upcoming webinars. Next week, I'll be on again with Daniel. We'll be talking about scripting and automation. We've got those localized introduction webinars.
Yeah, we won't. I won't explain what the titles are in Spanish and or Chinese. I'll save you for that. But anyway, we'll do introductions to Tabular Editor in both Spanish and in Chinese in March, and then, as you said, next week, Wednesday next week,
Yep.
you'll do a scripting and automation workshop. Session with Daniel.
Yep. And that'll be all about the C# scripts and how we can use those to be more effective and productive.
Nice, cool. And then, as you said, in person, join us, meet us, come to our booth when we are at conferences like next week in Oslo.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of opportunities to meet us during the next couple of months, definitely. Right. So with that, we actually wrapped up the demos. So I don't know if you've been paying attention to the chat.
Yeah, there are a few questions in here that I'll take on the Semantic Bridge, but I think you can take the other ones. So I'll address all of those Semantic Bridge questions that we've got curated first, and then Pierre will wrap us up. So we see one from Surajit asking that we've got SQL to DAX, but how about DAX to SQL? So right now, the Semantic Bridge is built entirely around this import from metric view into tabular workflow. The underlying framework is more generic than that, but each direction of translation requires its own development work. So right now we're really focusing on helping our existing customers that are, if you're using Tabular Editor, you're using tabular models. So we're focused first on helping them take advantage of more platforms. So that's where the current roadmap is headed. But again, we really want to understand what will be useful and valuable to our community. So please, all of this feedback, all of these questions are very good. But the current roadmap is focused on that SQL to DAX and that metric view to tabular workflow. The next question was from Christian. We've got the idea of syncing between Databricks and a semantic model. So is there a way to keep it alive and in sync? So right now, this is a translation workflow. So what we do is we look at the structure of Databricks metric view, we analyze that, and then we do the translation, going column by column, field by field, and bringing that into the tabular semantic model. There's nothing right now that would be a live sync. That would require something to live on a server or as a service somewhere, whether in Databricks or in Fabric, that could constantly query the other. That's not something that we've got on the roadmap right now, but there's nothing that would stop you from doing this automatically. Everything for the import workflow and more is available via C# scripts in Tabular Editor, and those are all thoroughly documented, so I encourage you to go and look at our docs site to understand more about what you can do with C# scripts. But if you wanted to do this on a regular basis, I would definitely look at the scripting options rather than just the UI, because then you could make this as either a macro or something that you could something that you could do at the click of a button, so that you could make that more continuous. And with the CLI coming, you could then build that into a CI/CD pipeline of your own. But we're not going to be building a service that does this live, or at least not soon. The next question was taking a semantic model from PBI to Databricks. That's related to the first one, so I answered that. We're focused for now on the import to tabular workflow. The next question that we've got is from Chris, asking what are the advantages of the converted tabular model compared to the Databricks variant? Well, you cannot query Databricks metric view live from Power BI. So there's no way to connect to that. It's presented as a metric view, and it includes a few new pieces of SQL syntax that make it not compatible with a direct query connection from Power BI or from a semantic model, and not compatible for any sort of import automatically into Power BI, again, because of that syntax. You could write your own native SQL query and then import as a flat table the contents of a metric view, but then you would get one big table without the advantage of it being a semantic model with dimensions and measures. So what we do is we take the structure of that metric view and actually create tabular object models around that. So instead of just taking everything in the metric view as a big flat table and then just plonking that into a tabular model, we understand where those dimensions live, what the joins are, and we create tabular relationships, tables, and fields, and measures. So you get a semantic model you can actually use and iterate on, rather than one big flat table dump of the metric view, which is otherwise the only way you would get metric view data into a semantic model in Power BI or Tabular. And then the last question on the Semantic Bridge from Danielle: if we would import YAML on top of an already existing tabular model, would this add those tables and measures or overwrite the whole model? So if you've got something already in the tabular model, it just adds new objects. And so you could use this to import multiple metric views into a single tabular model. Metric views have a limitation where they can only have one fact table. So that might be a very useful way to combine them. Or if you've got an existing tabular model and you just want to enhance it and add a couple of things from this metric view, you would be able to do that as well. And it will just create new objects alongside those already existing ones. And I believe that's everything that we've got curated on the Semantic
Yeah, there was
Bridge.
one in regards to an ETA on the CLI.
Yeah, so let me take that.
And as always, we cannot promise anything, but it's something that we're working on, and we hope, or at least, yeah, we will do something in the first half of this year, hopefully during spring.
Awesome.
That is what I can say so far, at least.
I'm looking forward.
But a lot of traction on the Semantic Bridge,
Yeah.
Greg. Nice to see. Nice to see. So with that being the last question, jumping to the last slide.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. We enjoyed it.
I did.
And hope to see you next time.
Bye-bye.